All right, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? So this news is about a week old, a week and a day old, and I don't really touch topics on this. I thought about it for a while. Know what's going on with the MCU the past 3 years, Star Wars, and how Disney is, how they running everything, and how the whole entertainment and all that. When they putting out this garbage for the past 3 to 4 years, whatever, and the fans are absolute sick of it. They are tired of it, and they are exhausted. Okay, I am one of them. All right, I am one of them. Now, that's a whole nother video in itself. This is Robert Downey Jr. coming back to the MCU to be Doctor Doom. Okay? Now we all know who Robert Downey Jr. is. He was the face of the MCU way back when, well, not that long ago. He was Iron Man. He started the MCU. He was the face of the MCU throughout the Infinity Saga. Okay? And then when Endgame ended, they killed him off because that was the end of Robert Downey Jr.'s contract. All right? So Phase 4 and Phase 5 was, well, everybody said Phase 4 sucked because Kevin Feige just admitted that, yeah, we tried this WOKE stuff and I realized it doesn't work. Tyrone Magnus said you should have realized it worked when you made Captain Marvel. And it has been a shame that they have been going this far with it, and me personally, I wouldn't say I don't care, but at the same time I do. But at the same time, I can see the people's frustration with it. I put it to you that way. So, all right, let's get to the Robert Downey Jr. Back to the Robert Downey Jr. thing. Okay, Kang, Jonathan Majors. He was supposed to be the next main big villain in the multiverse saga, which we are in right now. But we all know what happened to Jonathan Majors. Him and his so-called ex, the court case and stuff like that. Even though technically I believe he won the case, he was innocent. He still had a little bit of problems, but I think he mostly won the case. And the MCU still said, nope, nah, we're done with Kang. We're done with Kang. And they just completely, instead of recasting Kang, they admittedly just threw Kang out the window. All right. And they decided to put Doctor Doom in. All right. Now, we're going to start the video in a second, but this is my little rant. If you get over to the Cosmic Wonder, if you watch his videos, he actually covered that Doctor Doom was even when this Kang stuff was going on, even Kang was supposed to be the main villain. MCU still talked about bringing in Doctor Doom, right? And the Cosmic Wonder said they had a few actors to choose to play Doctor Doom. Okay, the one actor that he mentioned who was going to play Doctor Doom, who they say they had meetings with, was Daniel Craig, the dude who played James Bond, the last dude who played James Bond, Daniel Craig. Now, if you look at Daniel Craig, he has that villainous face. You know what I'm saying? Even though in the past movies, James Bond, he's known for getting the girls, the suits and stuff, fighting crime, saving the world and all that. But if you really look at Daniel Craig, he really has that evil villainous face. So, and he's from Europe. Dr. Doom is from Europe, right? Right. And I thought, hey, Daniel Craig would be a perfect cast as Doctor Doom, right? So Comic-Con happened or whatever, and they said, all right, Avengers Doomsday, Avengers Secret Wars is still happening. The Russo brothers are returning. And oh, here's the villain for here's the actor who's playing Doctor Doom. Robert Downey Jr. Now when I first heard the news, when I first saw it on Instagram, when it got revealed that he was Doctor Doom, originally I was like, all right, whatever. I don't care. But then I got to thinking, I was like, wait, they couldn't go with anybody else? Like, they couldn't go with anybody else? Like, okay, let's start the video. All right, enough ranting. Let's start the video. This is Snarky J. Beautiful young lady, very intelligent, and she loves superheroes. And I like her channel, and I love the way how she talks. She talks very formal. Okay, I like her. I do. Get over to Snarky J. Subscribe to her. Her channel will be in the link description down below. All right, let's get it.
Yes, I have spent the better part of 2 years talking about this, but bringing Robert Downey Jr. back into the MCU as a villain has effectively doomed the MCU, and I'm not even happy about that pun at this point. Hi y'all, Snarky J Cosplay here. So a few days ago at San Diego Comic-Con, it was announced that Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man himself, was coming back to the Marvel Cinematic Universe in a new role. And first and foremost, I'm going to tell you that I'm one of the people that had a fit and is still pissed off about this, and we're going to get into that in just a minute. So Robert Downey Jr. is coming back to play Dr. Doom. And I get it, okay? I've already seen the posts. I understand the whole, well, at one point, Iron Man was Dr. Doom. I don't give a shit about any of that, okay? The fact that there's some half-assed, simple lore in like a one-off what-if comic series does not matter to me. That is the exact same justification that they used for a female Silver Surfer, and I'm not buying it. To me, Dr. Doom
Hold on. Okay, so like, the female Silver Surfer, I never knew they had a female Silver Surfer. Okay? I always thought they had a male Silver Surfer. You know? And my father, he grew up reading the comics, Marvel comics back in the day. And he said one of the coldest characters that Marvel ever made was the Silver Surfer. Okay? And he said in the movies, the Fantastic Four movies back in the day, he said they kind of nerfed him a little bit, and he didn't like that. But so when they announced the Fantastic Four, they was gonna bring back the Silver Surfer, I'm like, cool. But then they said, oh, she's gonna be a girl. Huh? Huh? I said, well, all right. Got your ass in it, and get your ass out of it.
One of the cooler and more unhinged villains in Marvel in general, and I have been waiting years for them to bring that character to life in a way that is meaningful. And nothing could be less meaningful than bringing back the face of the MCU as that villain. It is nothing more than a desperate cash grab from a company that knows they are almost fully underwater with their now exhausted fan base. I just want to point out what absolute bullshit this is. See, the MCU was basically kicked off in a big way by Iron Man in 2008. And until Endgame, Tony Stark, Iron Man, played by Robert Downey Jr., was the face of the MCU. He was at the center of all the marketing, and on top of that, he was basically the leader of the Avengers. I get that that's typically Captain America's job, but we all knew who was wearing the pants in that bromance. And it was beautiful. It was great. Robert Downey Jr. really put his heart and soul into that role. We all believed that he was probably the realest casting choice that they could have picked for Tony Stark. It's basically impossible to separate Iron Man from Robert Downey Jr. at this point, the same way it was impossible to separate Wolverine from Hugh Jackman. And so the problem with bringing him back as a villain is that not only did we get the most dramatic and tragic send-off of any Marvel character in the Marvel Cinematic Universe in Endgame when Tony Stark sacrificed himself to save the universe, galaxy, whatever you want to call it, now having his face be that of Doom makes zero sense. They haven't set anything up in the multiverse to explain this. I think the whole variant multiverse thing is a way of justifying nonsense and bullshit that is.
Okay, hold on. About showing the face of Robert Downey Jr., right? You know, what if they just like, you know what I was thinking? I said, well, what if, Dr. Doom don't really barely take off his mask. So what if they just play it? What if they just write it well enough that Dr. Doom don't have to take off his mask? We never see his face, and we all know, like, hey, it's Robert Downey Jr. playing Dr. Doom. They just never showed his face. So, hey. But then again, I don't know. I don't know that much about Dr. Doom. They probably did show his face plenty of times in like previous movies or TV shows or cartoons or comics or whatever, but no, that's one of the solutions I think and I thought, but that's probably not going to work.
Really be that of Doom.
Yeah, that's probably not going to work.
Makes zero sense. They haven't set anything up in the multiverse to explain this. I think the whole variant multiverse thing is a way of justifying nonsense and bullshit that is getting really old to begin with, but having the hero of the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe now taking over as the villain of the entire cinematic universe. I get that Robert Downey Jr. is a tremendous actor. I don't get Dr. Doom from him. Personally, if they were going to make Dr. Doom the villain, John Hamm, he's right there. He's right there. I'm not even saying this because I have such a big crush on him from Mad Men. John Hamm could f***ing do Victor Von Doom so well. Honestly, I think the whole Dr. Doom thing is a cool storyline for the next Avengers thing, but I think it's absolute bullshit that they're bringing back Robert Downey Jr. to do this. And when you think about it, it really is just a desperate pull for money. Everybody, since the death of Iron Man, has been clamoring for Robert Downey Jr. to come back. But I think what they're missing or choosing to ignore is that people were calling for Robert Downey Jr. to come back in the form of Iron Man because that was the last time that the MCU was good. So we kind of just see him as the face of better times. Bringing the guy back as a villain is a ham-fisted attempt of getting us more interested in their irrelevant, poorly written bullshit. And come on, announcing him with a plastic mask? They had Tom Hiddleston show up fully dressed as Loki one time, and they have him in a plastic mask. That's like if they announced somebody as the new Hulk and they had him in Hulk hands. To me, this is egregious.
Is she going off?
I think they could have continued with the whole Kang Dynasty plotline purely because there are a few people more easily recast than Kang, who's had millions of variants across time and space. It really would not have been that difficult. Anything but this. And the worst part is that I have not said this to anybody other than in my Discord, but I was literally planning a Dr. Doom cosplay before this. I made the mask and everything, and I already bought all the materials, so I'm kind of like I have to finish it, but now I don't even want to because everybody's gonna be like, oh, are you doing Robert Downey Jr.? No. I'm not. I thought Marvel was going in a good direction because after watching Deadpool and Wolverine and seeing all the Easter eggs and cameos and all the funny things that they threw in for these dedicated, obsessive Marvel fans like myself, that I thought, man, they're listening. They heard us. And then they go ahead and do this bullshit. I'm sorry. You know, the only people that are going to be really excited about this are the same people that want to act like Josh Brolin playing both Cable and Thanos is the same thing. Newsflash, it's f***ing not. And normies who don't understand anything and are probably going to look at Victor Von Doom and think, oh my god, evil Iron Man, that's cool. They're not the same. Anyways, I've been gathering my thoughts on this for a period of time now, and I'm in shock at what an incredibly stupid move this is going to be. I don't care how you justify it. You know, there's a million ways to skin a cat. Doesn't mean I want to see it skinned. I feel terrible for having made that joke with them in here, but anything for the bit. Any shrivel of hope
I got
that
some
I had
cats
left
too.
for the MCU, especially brought on by how awesome Deadpool and Wolverine was, is now down the toilet. And that's all from me. I've been Snarky J. Thank you so much for watching.
What did you say?
Please don't forget to like and for the MCU for having made that joke with them in here, but
I want to go back to what she said.
Any shrivel of hope that I had left for the MCU, especially brought on by how awesome Deadpool and Wolverine was, is now down the toilet. And that's all from me. I've been Snarky J. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe for more Snarky J.
Okay. I don't know if it's down the toilet for me. I understand how she feels because she's more of a fan than I am, you know, and yeah. Don't get me wrong, like I love going to the movie theater and watching the superhero movies, action movies and stuff like that, you know. You know what's one franchise that's absolutely milking a dead cow right now? It's Fast and Furious. Okay? Fast and Furious should have stopped at 7 when Paul Walker died. That's when they should have stopped making the Fast and Furious movies. Okay? When Paul Walker died, Fast and Furious 7 had the perfect ending. How they ended it all. It had the perfect ending. Okay? I mean, I just read this comment, right? I'm gonna tell you what that this comment right here by Chance or Drixik, whatever his name is. The look on Robert Downey Jr.'s face, the look of a man who just received the biggest paycheck of his lifetime. Definitely. But going back to what I said is not trying to compare the Fast and Furious franchise to the Marvel franchise. You know, it's just I'm not saying Marvel is doing that because they got plenty of stories and plenty of characters and plenty of ways of how they can go forward with the MCU, you know, and I just don't want them to end up like this series of Fast and Furious, like milking a dead cow. I don't want them to do that. Okay, and that's what it feels like to me with Marvel. They're milking the cow is not dead with Marvel, okay? It's more like on life support. And they just said, you know what? We're gonna bring in Robert Downey Jr. as a villain. Not as an Iron Man variant, but as a villain. I said, okay. Like I said, when I first heard the news, I was like, yeah, all right, whatever. I don't care. But then when I thought about it, I was like, wait, y'all couldn't choose anybody else? Like, for real. Like, this comment, this is the number one comment right here. This comment right here. The look on Robert Downey Jr.'s face is the look of a man who just received the biggest paycheck of a lifetime. Let's go back. Hold on, let's go back. Let's see if I can find. Yep, that right there. That right. For real. For real. I should put that face right there. This face right here. I should put that for my profile pic on my Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, that is the look of a face of a man. That is the look of a face that you just received the biggest paycheck. that does look like it right there. It does. It kind of does. It kind of does. You know. And it's the most liked comment on her channel. Okay, but not her channel, on her video. But yeah, post comments down below. Let me know what y'all think. You know, if I should do more videos like this, cover more videos like this. You know, just trying something new. You know, and yeah, get over to Snarky J. Tell her Champagne Big Rose sent you. And yeah, see you guys next time. My book, The Prodigy, is out now. Look at the description down below. And yeah, man, see you guys next time. God bless. And all right, what's next?